Speaking of fumbling a bag, we're going to get into this Dame Dash Breakfast Club interview. And I got mixed feelings on this interview, right? I got mixed feelings on this interview. I think both Charlamagne and Dame Dash embarrassed themselves here. But I kind of get where each one of these guys was coming from. But all in all, this was a bad look for everyone. All right, so without wasting any more time, we're going to go ahead and roll the videotape. Now, be advised, okay? For copyright reasons, we are not going to show the actual video. I can't. If I show the actual video, they'll cut my stream and get rid of my monetization for this video. So what we're going to do is we're going to play the audio. All right, and then we're going to go through it. It's about 20 minutes. So a bit of a longer video, but we're going to go through it. All right, also want to remind you guys, hit that like button. If you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button, tap the notification bell, select all, and if you're feeling generous, hit that super chat located at the bottom of the live chat. All right? So, anyways, let's get into this Dame video.
Next question.
I do have a question.
Well, yeah, because why don't you address the things you're asking?
We'll get into that.
Please.
First question I have is we know Dame Dash, businessman, entrepreneur, right?
Chairman.
Worth close to 100 million at one time.
Never.
50 million, it says.
Never.
30 million?
I never had that much money to look at in my life.
They said that the net worth was about 30 to 50 million.
This is the thing. You guys believe the internet? You guys are adults that believe what you read and hear in the newspaper, and y'all talk the most shit. So you guys are talking about things with no research. That's not fair. See, the problem is, and this is, actually, I want to keep it on you.
So my question, could you cut me off? Question?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So my question
is. You cut him off too, Damon.
I said sorry.
He did say sorry.
That's called, that's called.
You've been in therapy. You said sorry.
I always say sorry.
You say sorry.
I just don't, you haven't been here.
No, I haven't.
The thing is, he'll be cutting me off, and then I'll get triggered. I watch, and I was like, oh, because he cuts me off. That's what makes me.
So my question, as a businessman, entrepreneur, chairman, right? Boss.
Yeah.
You go from having a huge value to being in the negative. How does that happen from being a boss? Explain it down. Break that down for people that follow you, they aspire to be you.
I'm going to tell you.
Please.
So the reason why I filed was because I've had $20 million of taxes. First off, do you know anybody that paid $25 million of taxes in your life? Name one person you know.
See, here we go with Dame, right? This was Dame's problem throughout the entire interview. They asked him a question, and instead of answering the question, he tries to bring you out into the ocean to get you to swim somewhere where you don't want to swim so he can drown you. But I have to give it to them. They're not falling for it. All right, Dame Dash continuously does this throughout the interview. Bro, just answer the question. But instead of answering the question, man, let me ask you a question. Do you know anybody that's ever paid $25 million in taxes? What the hell does that have to do with the question? Like, honestly, I wish Dame Dash would just go and enjoy his life as an old man. Okay, you got successful children, you got beautiful grandchildren. You don't have to try to make this comeback at damn near 60 years old, bro. You had a great run. You had a really great run. It's over. Salvage the little money. I'm not even gonna say little money because he probably got more money than me, but salvage what you have left and make the best of it, bro. We really don't need a Dame Dash comeback. You gave us a great entertainment from the late 90s to the mid 2000s. You gave us Paid in Full. All right? Paid in Full is one of the most legendary black movies of all time. You gave us that. You're known for that. You're in the history books, bro. Just gracefully bow out. Anyways, let's continue.
Yep. Okay, so why would I be the first? Nobody does that. That's what chapter is for. The problem with filing is black people don't file because they don't understand it. And that's why when you guys talk about things, I wish you'd really do your research. ChatGPT does exist. So if you really wanted to know how 50 bought it, ask ChatGPT. How could he have bought it? Who could he have bought it from? Did you hear an announcement in Deadline? Do you even read Deadline?
Yeah.
So then if it wasn't in Deadline,
Deadline several times.
You interrupted me. If you went to if you were in if you read Deadline, if you know about Deadline, why wasn't there an announcement in any trade magazine? If there's not an announcement in the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, or whatever trade, WWD, you can't believe it.
Why though? Because most of the time
you didn't answer my question. That's a question. I wanted to know how he got to a particular way you were in the negative.
Right, exactly. DJ Envy, how did you get into the negative? This nigga's talking about 50 Cent. Let's go, man.
The question.
I'm gonna tell you. So again, Number one, most companies aren't owned like rich people or rich families. They don't put anything in their name. They build their family office. So I filed because, again, I've had $20 million, 30.
Now, granted, what he just said right there is actually correct. When you amass a significant fortune, nobody puts 20, 30, 40, $50 million in their checking account. Doesn't work like that. All right, if you put that much money in your checking account, you're going to lose most of your money to taxes and people suing you and all types of other shit. When you're making a significant amount of money, you definitely put your money into various entities like trusts, foundations, and shit like LLCs, shit that won't necessarily trace back to you. Right? Because when you're dealing with that much money, you want to put your money into a separate entity, especially a separate entity that's going to work for itself, like a foundation, right? For instance, you put your money in a foundation and you do all your day-to-day dealings through the foundations. Most of the things you're doing are now tax-free. Now, of course, that's not everything, but this is how the wealthy people get around getting the shit taxed out of them. Look at Bill Gates. Most of Bill Gates' money is in the what? Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Most of Oprah Winfrey's money is in, well, I don't know, I can't remember the name of her foundation, but it's in that foundation. Oprah Winfrey ain't walking around with $6 billion in the bank or whatever they say she got. All right, so remember that. He's not wrong with what he's saying right here.
Of taxes, but they don't bother me because in order to have $30 million means you made a lot. So in order to pay it back, I can't get a job to pay it back. I got to keep investing until I can pay it back. Nothing could be in my name. They put liens on all my accounts years ago. So that's why when they said there's nothing in your account, I don't have an account. How could I open one? They liened it. So I've been building my family office. So you have no assets. I have no assets, but my family, that's all I care about. You know what I'm saying? So I filed because you know that guy, Chris Brown, has been suing me. And I was going to make a bunch of very major family.
Now, granted, he's not talking about Chris Brown, the R&B singer. He's talking about a lawyer named Chris Brown, FYI.
Listen, he's not talking about the artist and the singer Chris Brown.
Right.
Most people will think that. But
And I didn't mind you interrupting me to do that.
I apologize, but I wanted to clear things up.
I appreciate that. So every time I was launching something with my family office, he sent a letter saying that, you know, I owe the money, but it was my family office, but it muddies the waters. So if you have a contract, especially working here, and somebody sent a bum letter, as soon as it's a lawyer, it shuts down. It muddies the waters. I was about to make some major announcements. You want to hear one?
Sure.
I'm now the chairman of Revolt right now. And I also, I have 15.
You don't deserve to be the chairman.
I got you. So I'm now the chairman of Revolt with a pathway.
Now, I don't like what Charlamagne just did right there, right? Dame Dash is saying he's the chairman of Revolt. Granted, he still hasn't answered DJ Envy's question. But he says he's the chairman of Revolt. And Charlamagne just immediately just does some real, I thought that was real whack of Charlamagne. Like, I thought that was real whack. Let's rewind a little bit.
I have 15.
You don't deserve to be the chairman.
I got you. So I'm now the
Here we go.
Yeah, somebody sent a bum letter. As soon as it's a lawyer, it shuts down. It muddies the waters. I was about to make some major announcements. You want to hear one?
Sure.
I'm now the chairman of Revolt right now. And I also, I have 15.
You don't deserve to be the chairman.
I got you. So I'm now the chairman of Revolt with a pathway. You see, because he wants to trigger me, and I want you to acknowledge that. So I'm now Cam's boss, the chairman of Revolt with a pathway to acquisition. I've been trying to buy
Now, how
Revolt.
do we know this not Cap? We see this on Deadline.
Can you stop yelling? Can you stop interrupting me, please? So Deadline didn't make the announcement for this particular situation. They didn't want to. I had an announcement I was going to make with BT, but Paramount stepped in and they said do it later.
All right, I want to do something real quick too, because people are saying that Dame was lying. Let me Google something real quick. Is Dame Dash the chairman? Damn, it's already in the Google search. Hold on. No, Dame Dash is not the chairman of Revolt TV, and the claim was debunked by Revolt's CEO Datavio Samuels following Dame's interview on The Breakfast Club. Samuels sent an email to employees confirming the announcement was false and calling a quote attributed to him in another publication completely fabricated. Wow. 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 So this nigga's just lying through his teeth, bro. This is pitiful. This is what I'm saying. This is really pitiful, man. Dame Dash don't gotta do this. Dame Dash, you don't have to do this. When you lost your teeth, you didn't have to do that. You could have just sat for 6 months, sat your ass down for 6 months. Nobody would have known your teeth were missing. But you had to keep doing interview after interview after interview. And that leads people to believe that you're broke, because it's like, damn, you can't even stop talking and stop trying to get attention long enough to get your damn grill fixed. Now you're on the Breakfast Club with the fresh grill. Shout out to Dame, fresh grill. But you on Breakfast Club with the fresh grill, lying through your brand new teeth. And that's why they're gonna fall out again. Man, Dame better stop playing with God like that, man. Nigga got brand new teeth, lying straight through them motherfuckers. That's crazy. That is crazy.
They didn't want to be a part of this mess, but it will be in something. This gets played tomorrow, so the announcement will be in the trades tomorrow. So I've been trying to buy Revolt, and I also just did a 25 episode deal for my podcast for Boston State Losses, and I'm putting all my content on Revolt.
Dope.
Yes, so that I can see how to monetize. I have to put together a certain kind of a plan for acquisition. So in the next 30 days, I'm gonna just be a real chairman and play all these movies, and then I'm going to hopefully I'll stay the chairman, but I got to go make movies.
Somebody would say how would you buy Revolt?
Why would you say
Oh, this is sad, man. This is sad. Like, honestly, I had a whole nother viewpoint on this interview, but like, the fact that I just Googled it and this is a straight up lie. He is not the chairman to Revolt. This is just gives me a whole nother outlook on this interview. Like, this guy's literally just up on this interview lying for no reason. This is sad. This is why people think that you broke, Dave. Now, granted, the video's got almost 2 million views on the Breakfast Club YouTube, so it's doing its job. It's creating traction, but you had to create traction through lies. Wow.
You say congratulations.
You did say congratulations.
Oh, you don't seem excited.
Dope, congratulations.
You have to understand something.
Wait for it to come out in deadline.
Let me finish.
I'll really be like, yo, I reposted.
Right.
But somebody would say, well,
Now you're going to be Mr. Research, but you asking me why 50 Cent, but you guys got fooled.
But if you're here
Wait, let me finish real quick. I'm announcing it the day before it's announced. Remember that.
Right.
So I wasn't going to announce it and then say it here. I wouldn't have to, you know what I mean? So I did it and I timed it where it would come out when this comes out. So tomorrow there'll be an announcement. Also, I'm putting, because I've already made my Paid in Full. I've made that already. It's already trademarked. You don't have to clear the rights because we lived it. You know what I'm saying? So that movie's going to come out. That TV show's going to, I'm going to start with the docuseries. You want to see the trailer?
Of course.
Because I've already made it. It's done. But just back to what you're saying about money. Do y'all really think anybody, oh shit, I'm a rookie. Do you think anybody actually uses their own money when they acquire something? Do you think that?
Sometimes.
That's ridiculous.
Sometimes people do.
Yo, I feel sorry for you, bro.
No, sometimes people
But you taught us that. You said,
No, I didn't.
You said if you
You're
don't put
wrong.
up your own money, you said if you don't put up your own money, you're not the boss.
Charlemagne the God was absolutely correct. It was Dame Dash, literally himself, a couple of years ago on the Breakfast Club, that stated, if you don't put up your own money, you're not a boss. Now, I don't agree with that. I think you should leverage other people's money and mix in a little bit of your money, depending on what the purchase is. But Dame Dash literally made that statement a few years back. And now he's totally in contradiction of that. Like, I don't know. Maybe this nigga's like showing early signs of being senile. I don't know. I mean, the nigga got diabetes. Maybe his sugar was low or something. But this ain't adding up. Like, to me, this just seems like an unnecessary embarrassment. But whatever. Let's continue.
And that's why I'm trying to tell you, nobody's a boss. I put up my own money. So let me ask you this. I think you guys have to get up. We'll do that again. Let me ask a quick question. If somebody gets a loan for $180 million, are they rich or broke?
No, they're not rich.
So
Here he goes, asking questions, just like I hate to keep stopping the interview, but I want to just point something out. When somebody does this to you, when you're going in a debate or going back and forth, and they start asking you these wild questions, they're trying to get you to swim off into the deep end with them. Don't do it. Always bring them back to the main point, because if you go off in the deep end with them, you're going to end up drowning, and it's going to be a waste of a conversation, and you'll never get to the point. Never follow niggas out to the deep end. Pause.
I got that thug in love.
Never follow niggas out to the deep end. Let's go.
Responsible for
It's
that
a loan.
It's a loan.
So you don't think? So if the billionaire that you think every billionaire you know, so if they have a loan for $100 million, a loan, and I have no debt, who got more money?
What happened? Say it again now.
If someone gives someone a loan for
Okay.
$180 million,
Yes.
and I have no debt, who's worth more?
The billionaire. He's still a billionaire.
Who has
regardless of loan or not?
You really think so?
A billionaire.
So someone that
compared
okay,
to
let's do it again.
I'm trying to
Okay,
say you because you have no debt.
let me make it a
So
little
he's a
more simple.
billionaire.
Hold on, let me make it a little more simple.
Okay.
Do you consider somebody rich if they have a $180 million loan?
Depends on how much money they bring in, how much profit they bring in. If a billionaire has a $180 million loan,
No, yeah,
they're still a billionaire.
yeah.
Not if they owe. No,
you don't-
they're not-
you
how
don't-
do you wait? Let me. Have you ever been a billionaire?
I've never
So
been
how
a
would you know? Because
Why are you asking people that ain't never been billionaires? But my
no,
point
no,
is
no.
that-
I want to know what your perspective.
How does Dame know? He's never been a billionaire. I really don't understand this. Like it's really tough to see Dame make a fucking fool of himself like this. And then these guys, like, I wish you guys could see the actual video. Like, they are clowning this dude like big time. Nobody can keep a straight face talking to him because you can just sense the bullshit on this man. The fact that he walked in with this suit on, he's just giving like used car salesman vibes. This is really sad to watch.
Perspective
Well,
was
here's
on a
my
loan.
perspective.
Wait. You don't understand the question.
I do understand the question now.
So answer it.
If somebody gave me $180 million
Yeah, you owe them 180. You got to work it. You know, a lot of people look good spending.
that's
Wait,
why-
stop.
but that's why it's a loan.
A lot of
But I'm not in debt until I can't pay it back.
No, you are
I'm
in
not broke until I can't pay
So
it
you
back.
never sold drugs, have you?
Yeah, I did.
So when somebody what?
You never sold drugs, have you? He's way off in the deep end, bro. They're having a conversation about business, loans, and money. And Dame's comeback is, you never sold drugs. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what I be talking about. Niggas like Dame Dash are the new grandfathers. These are the grandfathers who are supposed to be giving wisdom to your children. Niggas like Dame Dash. This is why I say the black community is cooked. We don't got grandfathers like my grandfathers no more. And rest in peace to Granddad Brooks. Salute to Granddad Jackson, still kicking, 96 years old. But we don't got men like that as grandfathers no more. We got niggas like Dame Dash. You never sold drugs, and I can tell, man. See, that's why you don't know. Come on, bro. Come on.
Quarter spoon.
Quarter spoon, what is that? Nobody says quarter spoon. You didn't sell shit. Stop lying. You talking no ex-drug. You already said quarter spoon.
I sold quarter spoon. Nice. I didn't say I was a kingpin.
You weren't a king nothing. You was a pigpen.
I don't
Let me
care.
ask you a question.
It's not an honorable profession.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying the reason why you don't understand something. The minute I give you a loan, you owe me.
Yes.
And the more money I give you, the nicer you have to be to me. You have to do whatever I say. And that's the reason why I decided to use my own money, because they would try to give me money but tell me what to do. I'm going to tell you something in
But as
business.
long as
Stop talking.
I'm paying the loan back, it's not a
You're
problem.
triggering me. You're trying to get me out of pocket.
No, but as long
If
as
you do that, I'm going to
paying
take
the
a break
loan
and go
back,
take a
it's
joint because I don't want to argue with you. I want to stay respectful.
not a problem. Okay.
Stop interrupting me.
This guy. I'm gonna give you the same respect you give in the room, but go ahead.
Continue on, Dave.
Thank you. You guys don't know about business, so don't talk so confidently about it because people might.
Well,
believe-
I'm
You
asking.
cut me off again.
What asking you
Oh, my
questions
God.
that you're not answering?
Jessica, they cut me off.
Yeah, they cut
Can you
off.
talk to me? Tell them to stop.
Yo, y'all gotta chill in here because
You right.
They gonna
Jess.
say I'm bugging.
yeah, I know. Chill out, yo. Just,
Jess, you right.
Just stop cutting me
My
off.
bad, Dave. Go ahead.
You don't know about business, and you say things. I said you can't say things you don't know and sound confident because people listen to you, and you get in the algorithm. Do your research before you start spreading things.
What did we say wrong?
What did we say wrong?
You said 50 got the rights. You just said it.
No,
I'm
actually,
asking if you got the rights.
and you reposted, and they reposted me. Hold on, you actually reposted me.
Please.
And I asked a question. Cut it out, man.
You gotta come back. You gotta come back.
This is an interview. You keep interrupting.
Okay, I have a question.
I didn't finish my thought. You see what's going on? Now, if I started yelling, they be saying I'm bugging.
Yeah.
But this is, remember I told you this is how I get triggered. Just let me teach. If you don't know, listen. Listen to the teacher. I'm teaching you right now because this is a business you don't know. You've been in this room for 30 years straight. So you're missing a lot of life.
Not really.
Well, then stop speaking.
You're just wrong.
But you're just wrong. On a respect level, you're wrong.
But you're right. Teach. I don't think you really got a lesson plan. Teach.
Every time you interrupt me, because you're so rich, you give me $20. Okay, can you do that? Because you know you got. So let me ask you another question. Do you think it's respectful when someone gives you their boundaries, you just break them and keep laughing? You think that's all right? I'm just asking.
Can I speak?
I'm giving.
This is pitiful, man. This is really pitiful. And then the fact that Dame is. Now listen. I don't like when people who are allegedly entrepreneurs try to shit on people for having jobs, right? I'm in the interesting predicament where I am an entrepreneur and I have a job, right? So I have respect for both lanes. But it'd be so funny to me when I see a broke, quote unquote, entrepreneur trying to put down a nigga with a job that's making more than him. Like, nigga, Dame, you need a job, bro. You need a job. I guarantee you. And I don't even like Charlemagne the God, okay? I don't like Charlemagne the God at all. However, based on the positions that he holds and a lot of the things that he has going on, I can confidently tell you that he probably has more money and a better quality of life than Dame Dash. That's just a fact.
I need an answer. And this is the only time you don't speak is when I ask you questions. Anyway, you guys shouldn't speak so confidently without doing research. This is what you're saying. I don't know. You're asking me. These are things you said. So I'm telling you right now, the reason why I filed was because I didn't want anybody to keep suing me because he also kept suing me. Mm-hmm. So now I can't get sued. And if you look at, did you read the bankruptcy?
Yeah, I read it.
Did you read at the end when it says who I'm gonna sue? Because it says who you're gonna sue, and it has a list of people. Mm-hmm. Did you read that?
She broke it down.
Right. So they can't sue me, but I can sue them now. But what?
My question.
You cut them off.
I'd had to because
she
now
she didn't do anything.
Subject.
She was fine. You guys are disrespectful.
While we're here on the bankruptcy, right? Mm-hmm. So from what I learned in my research.
So now that I've said I'm on a pathway to acquisitions for chairman, y'all still think I'm broke? I don't get it.
Yeah, you can still get a job.
And I just said I had. Okay, here's something else. So I have a deal with Simon Schuster. I'm sorry.
Okay, so on the bankruptcy, what happens if all of the debt isn't discharged? What do you do then?
It's a Chapter 7.
But so for instance, Weber, the attorney, he filed something this morning saying that what you claim is fraudulent.
Right.
Right.
And you know why that? You know why that is?
Well, wait, let me finish talking. And he's asking, and he's bringing the point that everything might not be discharged. So I'm at, like, what happens in that circumstance?
It doesn't happen. He's a stupid. Allegedly, he's not the smartest light in the room. You got to think. They've been suing me all over the country. This one person, different people all over the country, for 10 years. They sued me for over $500 million combined, and they only won $800,000 combined. They've been chasing that for 10 years. You know how much legal and law work that person's been doing? How much plotting he's been doing to collect that money and he never collected? You know how mad he is right now? Now he doesn't get paid. So, of course he's going to do that. But again, this is part of business. Just put your seatbelt on and watch how it plays out. But I've never filed before. Nothing. The reason why they think it's fraudulent, this is why I have to tell you this. You see how he's saying it's fraudulent? He'll go into the court and say I'm rich because he's trying to collect money. I've been telling y'all I was broke, right? Mm-hmm. So that's the reason why. So I don't know what would happen if let's say everything in the judgment doesn't go, nothing's still in my name. There's still nothing to collect. Okay, let me ask you this: do you know how many times Donald Trump filed?
Oh, a lot.
Yeah. So then why?
But he's known as a terrible businessman. But no,
he's the president.
Yeah, but sure, but he still was known as a terrible businessman. Actually, a con man.
Do you know how confidently dumb you sound? You're saying it's bad that he went bankrupt 6 times. He's a billionaire and he's the president, and you still not
a terrible businessman and con artist.
Are you known as a good businessman?
I don't know.
Okay, well, you make a lot of money?
No.
So you've been doing this every day your whole life and you're not making no money?
Nope. Like you, Dan.
No, you're not like me.
What you mean? You say you don't have.
Do you have a family office?
I
bet my house is bigger than yours. I bet all my houses are bigger than you. I bet I have a better.
How old are you,
Stop.
man?
Now it's how old are you?
This nigga 60 years old, bro. I bet my house is bigger than yours. Bro, this is where we at, dog. This is where we at. We talk a lot of trash about the women on this show, but black men, look, this is where we at. We have to condemn Dame Dash. We can't stand for this. This is an embarrassment. This is almost a 60-year-old black man who at one point probably touched $100-200 million, and look at him now. Is a shell of what he once was. Meanwhile, his partners are flourishing. He's a shell of what he once was, but trying to talk down on everybody else as if he's still where he was. Meanwhile, everybody in the room, with the exception of probably Lauren, probably has a better quality of life to him. Probably. I don't know that for a fact, though.
Embarrassing.
You're embarrassed. Yeah, because I got you. I'd like to see your view. Can you show me your view right now? Do you live in front of water?
View my house?
Yeah. A view of what you see when you relax, when you're not here every day. See, when you're in it, let me just finish. Let me just see your view. When you just now said, let's just go back to how ridiculous you are. The president filed for bankruptcy 8 times, still a billionaire. He's saying he's a bad businessman. You're just not that smart.
Okay.
And you have to acknowledge that. And you know why? You're not seeing the world. You know what happens when you have to go someplace? You laugh. You know what happens when you have to go someplace every day at 4 a.m? You can't go nowhere. You got to be here every day. You've been 15 years. You've missed the whole world. You don't know what you're talking about. And you're saying it confidently. And you're in an algorithm where people actually believe you out of response. And why you think they keep you here? They want y'all to make us dumb.
But if you worked here,
I would never work here. I would only.
In debt.
What you talking about? I'm not in debt. Okay, stop right there. Stop right there. I'm not in debt at all now. What are you talking about?
Oh, you paid it all off?
Yeah. When you have this bankruptcy 7 is like getting hit by the cartel with 100 bricks and they die and you don't owe no more. I want you to ask someone this is what you should do if you want to do something smart. Get a specialist, a lawyer in bankruptcy, and you ask them these questions. Get a professional up here, and then they'll tell you. Why ask me? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then when he tells you you're dumb, you'll believe him. Anyway, the difference between you and I don't think you're a proper representation of the masculine black man. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you guys are.
I'm listening.
Okay.
Like, your OG is Wendy Williams.
One point to Dame for that one. 1 point to Dame. That was a good one. His OG is with Wendy Williams. That was the first good one. Dame shot all night. Pause.
I got that thug in love.
But he's kind of right. Dame is kind of right in what he's saying. Kind of right. But his real life choices just kind of, I don't know, cancels that out. Like, yeah, he's saying the right thing, but the way he applied it in life just doesn't, appear to be correct.
My OG is sitting right here. You see him? Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna tell you why he's my OG. Because he killed anybody or any of those things. He just taught me how to be a better man. Can you stop?
Shout out to Vicky versus Tina on IG. Okay, she says Dame wasn't wrong. Dame is definitely wrong. Now, granted, I don't think that Charlemagne the God is an accurate representation of what black male masculinity should be at all. I used to think that Dame was a decent representation, but as we found out, he's been lying through his brand new teeth this whole interview. He's just been lying. He just said he was the chairman for Revolt. He's not the chairman for Revolt. That we just looked that up. That's a lie. So while Dame does come off as a masculine man, he's not really living his life like a masculine man because he's walking around lying about his accomplishments. And that's not masculine. So if you ask me, both these niggas are a joke. But Charlemagne's getting the one up.
Can you stop?
Wendy Williams is your OG.
Wasn't she your boss?
Yeah, at one point.
So she was your OG. She put you on, and you should give her grace, and you should also give her props out of respect. Because we have different trauma. Like, we're different. Like, I'm not the kind of guy that would, like, I'd rather get my ass whipped than run. But you're proud that you ran.
Yeah.
I'd rather get my ass whipped. Let me ask you a question, Dan. You ever ran from a fight? What would happen if y'all heard that I ran from a fight? That's a masculine way of doing things. Now, you don't see it that way. You like to play like games. Like, I'm not quite, because when you say kids, I was like, and it ain't no disrespect, but I kind of think you're gay. You just act a little gay.
You got a problem with gay people?
Not at all. I've got a problem with people that pretend they're not gay. So let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why.
This is hilarious. I love
you're
what
gay.
you're doing.
Ain't nobody bending me over.
Oh, so you doing the bending?
Jesus Christ. This conversation is going off the rails, man. He's been getting cooked for so long. He just gave up and said, man, you know what? You're gay. Wow.
So what I'm saying is, you might, because you started in gossip, which is, is very feminine, and you are acting like, there's some degree of like, you want people to listen to you, and that we want people that represent masculinity, because men need to be doing what they need to do as men. They don't need to be worried about girl stuff, period.
What's girl stuff?
Talking about people that aren't in the room, that don't have anything to do with them, saying things confidently in front of millions of people and not saying anything. You know how many times I've seen people punk you? I would never let anybody talk to me a certain way. I'd rather get my ass whipped. That's where we're different. We got different trauma. So you can't really look through my eyes, because you do things different.
You that much?
No, do I look bothered?
Yeah.
I'm bothered.
Actually, you do.
What I'm bothered about is you're speaking in front of people confidently, and you don't have the experience or the knowledge. And also, I'm afraid that white people think that we act like you. You're not dumb, but like, it's...
I'm afraid that white people think that we act like either one of these jokers. Both of you guys are an embarrassment to black men. Both of you guys, especially Dame right now. Dame is a huge embarrassment to black men. But we don't got to go through no more of this, man. There we have it. All in all, like I said, I thought this was just a bad look all around. Charlamagne the God and Dame Dash both had a few valid points, but in the grand scheme of things, you've got yet another example of prominent black men making a fool of themselves, as well as the community, with this ridiculous display of petty insults, number one. Also, with Dame Dash, just with the, I don't really see how he can come back from this. I really don't see how he could come back from this. Shout out to Maisha Richards on Facebook. She says, are you letting me join? Yeah. I'm going to post the link if you'd like to join the conversation. I'm going to post the link when I finish the Charlie Kirk segment. So you'll have the chance to call in and give your 2 cents if you'd like. For sure. But anyway, yeah, I think that Dame Dash really just made the ultimate fool of himself yesterday with this interview. Like I said, especially with the fact that we found out that he's claiming to be the chairman for Revolt TV, only for the CEO of Revolt TV to come out and say that that's a lie. There's no truth to that statement. So I don't understand why he would go on the Breakfast Club, say these things, and make that the focal point behind his gripe, and it just not be true. Now, granted, Charlamagne was very rude. I mean, I feel like if Charlamagne could have been a decent host and at least let up like 50% on the gaslighting, and Dame could have gotten out of his feelings, it could have actually been a decent interview, and the audience could have learned something, at least about business. But like I said, Charlamagne couldn't stop trolling Dame, and Dame just told a massive lie. He told a massive lie that I don't understand how he's going to come back from this one. So instead of learning something, we got And granted, this is a 54-year-old man and like a 45, 46-year-old man. These are two seasoned gentlemen. And we learned nothing from anything they had to say to each other. We thought we would get something out of it, but nope. Instead, we got two old men, right? Two men old enough to be grandpas acting like unsupervised 8th graders on a goddamn subway train.